I can't believe I'm saying this, folks. And I say this with caution because it seems like anytime I give the Oval any sort of compliment or just a little bit of leverage to say, you know what, I think the show is worth checking out, they pull the rug from underneath me, and I'm disappointed because I remember when season 5 started, and I'm like, okay, we off to a pretty good start. Those first several episodes were good, but I don't know what happened around the time we got to like the 100th episode. It just fell off a cliff. But I have to say that season 6, episode 1, No Escape, was a pretty decent episode. I believe we have a different director this season. And I think it showed in terms of the camera work and whatnot. Who was it? Armani Ortiz. I believe he's done work on other Tyler Perry stuff as well. And yeah, the episode looked great. I thought for the most part the writing was strong. The banter, it was mostly banter between the characters, but I think it worked to the episode's favor, especially during the final scene in the Oval, where you have Priscilla wanting to go up to talk to Hunter, and you got Sam and Bobby saying no. And then I love moments like that where there's a bunch of banter, and some of the other characters who don't really know what exactly is going on, they start to question like, Bobby, since when are you concerned about Priscilla? And then it felt like a tennis match with other people jumping in. But I don't know if it's because the show's been gone for that long. Maybe, I don't know, but I thought this was a good episode. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. But like I said before, I am a bit wary because even though the banter and whatnot was good in this episode, maybe by episode 3 I will have grown tired of it because it gets stale. But hey, the season is off to a very, I'll say a very decent start. I don't want to say very good. I don't want to give it too much praise. And then next week I'm up here talking trash about it. But hey, episode was all right. So make sure you take a moment, hit the thumbs up button to show you like the video. Follow me on social media. Links are in the description below. Hit subscribe and hit the bell icon and select all. That way you are up to date whenever I post content on the channel. So we pick up where we left off. And as I predicted, no one of importance was shot or injured. Hunter has blood all over his neck, behind his ear, all over like the blanket he's wearing as he's in the wheelchair. But it turns out that blood isn't from him, but it's from those other like special forces guys that were shot. So it was pretty much like I said at the end of season 5. It was a bunch of NPCs, non-playable characters, who got shot and or maybe injured or killed as opposed to anybody of any importance. Now, once Agent Isaac has Hunter, in the residency, Jason is just, I don't know, glazing his dad. Like, oh my God, Dad, that was the most badass thing I've ever seen you done. I can't lie. The little psychopath, seeing him and Hunter have like a bonding moment was pretty cool. I mean, it just pretty much solidified like, okay, yeah, maybe I am better off listening to my dad as opposed to going out here doing my own thing. But then again, this is Jason we're talking about here, so yeah. But in any case, they need to figure out a way to reach the outside world, because I'll get more into detail about this, but I'm just going to say like Hunter's side and Eli's side. I guess it's the best way to put it. So on Hunter's team, you have Jason in hiding, and then you got Agent Isaac and all these special forces guys. And then on Eli's side, there's everybody else, Victoria, Simone, Priscilla, and the peanut gallery of other characters. So on Eli's side, they have cut the communication from Hunter's squad. So basically they can't reach the outside world, and they're trying to do cleanup duty. That way none of this, shootout makes it to the press. So in order to get the press up to the residency so Hunter can talk to them, he needs to figure out a way to get them up there, because, there's no doubt Eli's side has all the entries blocked. So he thinks, and I'm just impressed with the way he was thinking. I'm like, so this is who Hunter is when it's not always about the whores and the drugs. Like, he's actually competent when he wants to be. He's like, you know what, Agent Isaac, Jason is the key here. He knows the inner workings of the White House better than anybody. So what we need to do is have him show your guys how to get in and out so we can get the press in here. So Jason's like, Dad, I don't think I could do that. what do you mean? Can I talk to you for a minute? So he sends everybody outside. And then Jason says, look, in the 1950s, those tunnels were made that way, people can go in. Well, the president and anybody else of importance can make it through different entryways in case of an emergency. And it's like, yeah, Jason, that's why I need you to show these guys. You know how to pop up in the bedrooms and the bathrooms and everything. Yeah, well, you see, I have some things down there that I've been hiding, some pretty bad things. I'm like, Lord have mercy. Don't tell me there are more dead bodies we don't know about. What was it? Jean, Melissa. Those were the only two murders in the White House I recall him doing. But then again, this is a little creep, so there's no telling what else he has hidden down there. So Hunter pretty much convinces him, look, we're on the back foot right now. This is our only means of getting this done. So I'm going to need you to show these agents what to do, because if I get taken out of power, I'm done. And then you're going to be stuck with your mom. Do you want that? Yeah, you're right. Okay, I'll show him. So that's pretty much the way of getting around that issue. So over on Eli's side, this episode just showed this man was not built for the job. Everybody's looking like, okay, is everybody okay? Victoria, you okay? And then Simone's like, I'm standing right here. Okay, to be somewhat fair, Victoria was standing in his peripheral. So when he turned his head, Victoria was the first person he saw, not Simone. But everybody's having their own little banter back and forth. But I love that there are other characters who are like, hey, Priscilla, Victoria, Eli, Simone, Victoria, stop it. This is not the time for this. We just had a major shootout. We need to figure a way how to scrub this from the press and get out of here alive. So, sir, what do we do? Eli looking like a deer in the headlights, man. That was hilarious, because while he's just stunned, he's frozen at, I can't believe you just did that. I can't believe you had people shooting at us. Man, this was just crazy. Even Max and Bobby in the background like, man, did you see him frozen up? Man, he ain't going to be good for this. This ain't going to work out. So while Eli is being bombarded with questions, first it's like Max who steps up. It's like, sir, we need to get you to the Oval. And then Donald's like, look, what's his name? Dang, not Alan. The timid secret agent dude who's getting pushed around by everybody. The one who's usually, Alonzo, yeah. Alonzo, I'm going to need you to, scrub security footage and, get on the line to see if anybody's talking about the commotion that just went on. And then Sam's like, oh, no, don't worry about it, sir. I've already had everything shut off. Okay, good, Sam. So basically, Max, Sam, and Donald, they all take point on getting everybody to safety. Like, Eli, you're going to the Oval. So Victoria's like, I'll go with you because Simone says no. It's like, matter of fact, I'll go. So they all kind of split up. And it even goes back to like, everybody go back to your offices. After what just happened, just go. So everybody splits up. Now, over in the Oval, you got Victoria and Simone just bickering back and forth about, the whole situation about, Eli. And Eli tells him, he's like, okay, I need to go talk to Donald. Victoria's like, no. It makes you look weak. If you go to him, you need to call for him. But he opts to go anyway. And then the ladies just keep on going back and forth about, the first lady title and who it really belongs to. And, Simone's like, I don't care about Eli coming to you first. So at the moment, Victoria just does what Victoria does, nags and, digs the knife in even further when it comes to talking about Simone and her looks. And Simone claps back by saying, you know what's funny? What, girl? I saw Jason alive and well. I wonder what will happen if he talks. Oh my. Because remember, he was kind of hiding out behind one of the chairs in the residency when the shootout began. Now, over at Donald's office, Eli comes in talking to Alan. It's like, is Donald here? I need to see him right now. And then Donald tells Alan to get Eli a drink. And then as soon as he does, Alan goes back to his office and he gets a call from Dale, who I believe is at Kyle's place, because remember, there was some blackmail or something going on and Kyle told him to be at the apartment. And Dale, this was pretty much one of those scenes where, yeah, it's just the same old. Like, if you can't tell Dale anything, if Dale can't tell Alan anything over the phone, then what's the point of calling him? And then as they're going back and forth, like, well, you don't need to be all mean to me, Alan. Kyle comes in, overhears the conversation. then suspects something's going on with Alan and Dale as usual. And then Dale's like, you know what, man, I'm tired of this shit. So he gets up and he's like, come on, what you want to do? Donald comes in and breaks it up. He's like, what's going on in here? Nothing I can't handle, sir. Well, once everything is cleared up, once everything is over, you're going to tell me about this. Because Alan's like, look, Donald, Kyle, there's way more bigger things going on right now. Why are you coming in here messing with me? So even Donald's like, look, Kyle, you need to go out there right now because there's something else you need to do. So while Eli's sipping on that drink, Donald's pretty much reassuring him, like, look, what happened right here is nothing. I've covered up way worse. So I need you to calm down and let me handle this. Oh, okay. Man. So then as he's sipping that drink, Victoria comes in, and then Eli gets up to leave to go back to the Oval to check on Simone. And after he leaves, it's kind of funny because when it was just Donald and Eli, it's like, did you see me? I just froze up there. Sir, you did a great job. No, man, this was too much. I can't believe it. No, sir, don't worry about it. You have me and everybody else working behind you. We're going to make sure everything gets cleaned up. But as soon as it's just him and Victoria, did you see him? Yeah, he was not built for this at all. He's like, hey, you're the one that put him in there. Hey, shut up. So they pretty much come up with a plan like, look, we need to call your father. It's like, I mean, I tried, but Eli told me not to. Well, we need to handle things our way because he definitely can't help out in a situation like this. And basically, it comes down to, okay, what we need to do is figure out a way to get Hunter from the residency. That's the only way we can get him out of the White House. Well, pretty much in stressful situations like this, you pretty much weed him out with drugs and whores. And he might have a little stash up there or something right now, but eventually it's going to, it's going to run out. So pretty much it's like they're going to smoke him out with, his vices, so to speak. Now, over in the kitchen, you have Richard and Priscilla. Priscilla's saying, look, maybe I can go talk to Hunter because I know he likes me. He wants to talk to me, and maybe I can convince him, of some sort of truce, or because we can't come in here knowing that there are special forces up there that could just kill us at any moment. And Richard is against this plan. It's like, well, fine, I'll go talk to Eli to ask his permission, and then I'll go to talk to Hunter. It's like, no, Priscilla, come on. Look, no offense, Richard, but right now you need to be at home grieving. Like, you being at the White House right now is serving nobody's purpose. So they kind of have a back and forth. And that leads to Dale, who had left Kyle's apartment, and he's looking for refuge over at Richard and Nancy's house. And, Nancy lets him stay in there because, she has no one else to tend to. And that's what she's used to doing, taking care of folks. And, she reveals that her son's dead and Richard wants a divorce. And, Dale is just kind of just taken aback from all this stuff. And Nancy's like, look, there's something, I'll go fix something to eat. It's like, you don't need to do that. It's like, hey, I need to. So as soon as she gets up and goes to the kitchen, Dale's like, damn, is there anywhere around here I can go without any drama? Man, just trying to find a pillow to put his head on. And it's like, he's either threatened or in the midst of a bunch of drama. It's just crazy for him. So then we get to the final scene. We're in the Oval. You got Eli, who's still freaking out. And I love the little nuances of the actor where, what is it? Russell, that's the name of the actor. So as they're laying out the game plan, who is it? Victoria, Simone, Bobby, Max, and Sam. They're all going over, okay, well, what we can do is set up booby traps in certain, hallways and whatnot. Booby traps. Well, yeah, that's what we would do. Because I'm pretty sure those special forces guys pretty much have, any sort of contingencies in place to keep us from getting up there. And Sam is like, well, maybe we can use gas and whatnot. And they're like, what, gas? That'll be effective on everybody in the White House. You got any other plans, Bobby? So him and Bobby kind of go at it, and we know why they're going at it. So then Max says Priscilla's outside and says she has some sort of plan. So she comes in there and reveals the whole thing about talking to Hunter. And that's when we got Sam and Bobby, as I mentioned at the beginning of the review. They're both going, hell no, you ain't going up there. And Victoria's like, since when are you worried about Priscilla? And Priscilla is trying to have a direct conversation with Eli, but you have all these chatterboxes going on, around her, and she's trying to focus on what's going on. So in the midst of this banter, you just have Priscilla, who's the object of everybody's attention, like, no, you're not going up there. And it's like every time Bobby says something, you got Victoria like, what are you worried about? And then even Simone starts to turn her head. I'm like, oh, what, are you jealous now? And then Eli's like, what is this about? It's like, oh yeah, I know what this is about. Yeah, because I think Bobby was the one that took a shot at Sam for messing around with the first lady. And then I think Priscilla even mentions, the fact that, oh, you ain't got no behind because, oh yeah, that's right, Hunter does have a thing for ghetto big booty black chicks, huh? And she's like, well, you have no booty and he still trusts you, so he definitely will trust me. So let me go up there and talk to him. And then we get to the point where even Priscilla mentions like Victoria talking about Bobby's like, oh, girl, I don't want him. And then Bobby steps up again, only for Sam to clap back. Oh yeah, you hitting somebody else, huh? What? I've never touched Victoria. Yeah, it's like, I wouldn't want him. Oh, that's not who I'm talking about. Eli's like, wait, what? And then it turns to Simone, and then it's like, Eli's like, wait, what? And that's how the episode ends. I ain't gonna lie, this was a pretty solid episode. I gotta admit it. It does have some rewatchability, which is a rare thing for me to say about any episode of The Oval. So check it out if you have not done so already. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you all in the next video.